Hi everyone, this is Drew here, aka Left Communism Rules. This channel is eventually gonna. That was a terrible. God, I just butchered German. I'm supposed to be good at that. A2 level German for the win. God, I've already embarrassed myself, and I'm only 18 seconds in. So this is gonna be a left communist sort of anti-Leninist collective. This is the first video though, and I'd like to go over something that I've noticed a lot lately in the LGBTQ community. Or queer is somewhere for it. I'm going to use that interchangeably because it's quicker. Also, nice Palestinian flag here. I need to iron it. So we're going to be talking about acephobia, and that's a very serious problem I've been noticing in the community lately. It's mostly and I'm going to be talking about a specific breed. You know, ace, aro, cis people aren't allowed, or ace, heteroromantic, cis people, or aro, heterosexual, cisgendered people aren't allowed in the community. This is acephobia is the fear of asexuals, or yeah, I think that's the term. God, I'm bad at this already. Can you stop sucking? So the issue with acephobia is a lot of people belittle it as not real, you know, and they have a lot of issues. They're seen as, you know, not human or lacking something because they're not attracted. It's a lot more alien than, say, homosexuality or bisexuality, because those are still attractions to people. Asexuals don't experience attraction to anyone, and likewise, aromantic people don't experience romantic attraction. This doesn't mean that they can't engage in said activities. It just means that they just aren't attracted to them. Like kind of how you might eat a pizza even though you don't really like it. Some asexuals like sex, and, you know, they just aren't attracted to anyone. I don't know a good metaphor for that. Anyone know a good one? And by the way, I'm not asexual myself, so if I'm saying anything wrong, please correct me. So their oppression, you know, they're seen as robots, mutants, not human. I don't know what to put this. But, so I encountered a relatively popular, well, not relatively, like, moderately level leftist Tumblr that was spewing some crap about them. And I'm like, acephobia is a serious issue, my dude. And this person claims to be a socialist, by the way. They cited some reasons for why asexuals, and I'm going to say asexual, but I really mean, you know, ace aro, cis, ace heteroromantic, cis, heteroromantic asexual cis, or I think it's that twice, but those three groups that I listed at the beginning of the video will be the ones we're really covering. Now, they cite a historic coalition as why ace people aren't allowed in, you know, that it's been this way with trans people and gay folks since the 70s, it just stayed that way. This is ignoring that's expanded several times, and LGB wasn't even the whole thing until like the 90s, and the T was added later too, I believe. So they were excluded for a long time from the mainstream movement, not general. Well, in some cases. Non-binary people are a recent addition too, and I don't see why, if you're not opposed to them, why are you opposed to that? That's kind of ridiculous to say we can't ever increase this circle. There are a number of oppressed sexualities. So they also try to claim that they're different somehow, and I don't see how it's different, really. It's the same, you know, us and them, you're different from me. Although those aren't the whole conditions of them. They're also listed homophobia and transphobia, that being that they can be both homophobic and transphobic as a reason why we shouldn't let them in. There are plenty of... You can be homophobic and transphobic and be in the LGBTQ community. Caitlyn Jenner is homophobic and said marriage should be between a man and a woman, as it always have, or something of that accord. Milo starts with a Y. Milo huge dick to women, or huge misogynist. I think that's his real name. At Nero on Twitter, that dick bag that supports Trump. He's very transphobic. I think he said something along the lines of trans women are just men with mental illnesses who should... If you think you need to cut your dick off or something, you have a serious problem. I think that something along those lines. This person also later went on to deny biphobia. Well, not really, but say it's just homophobia. That's when it got really problematic and personal, because I'm bi. I should clear up that I'm not asexual, by the way. I do find people attractive. But no, they lean on to say reduce biphobia and say it's merely homophobia, which is wrong. It's not merely homophobia. There's a lot that plays into that, like toxic masculinity. If you're a male, oh, you're just gay. You can't be... There's no such thing as a bi, dude. You're either straight or you're gay. That's a very good thing, too. Not a very good thing, but a very big thing. If for women, oh, you're not bi, you're just a slut who likes to attract men, which plays a lot into misogyny as well as, you know, everything else. It's also, and then I pointed to, well, why are bisexual suicide rates higher than straight and gay? I think they're higher than they are combined too, percentage wise. And they cited that it's just homophobia, and it's because they encounter more straight people or date more straight people. That's kind of a crappy excuse. This is a personal anecdote, so it might not be as good. But from me and all the bi people I know, they mostly date other bi people because, straight and gay people tend to push us aside a lot of the time. And I think this is the main issue. Gay people kind of push bi people out saying, oh, ew, bisexuals, you're not really gay, you don't belong here. I've seen that happen a lot. I've heard about it a lot. I haven't witnessed it personally, thank God, but, it happens. It's a real thing. This person also denied that cis gay men had some advantage over less advantaged LGBTQ folk. Like, say, genderqueers, or bisexuals, or transgender folk, or lesbians, etc. And they just said, it's not their fault because it's only cis straight people's fault for everything. We can't just deny that there are problems within the community. That these need to be addressed, Like, gay cis men have an absolute advantage over the others. They're more understood. And they're a middling class in American history. And this is what the rest of the video is going to be about. It's about middling classes in American history and Marxism. It's very reductive to say, oh, there's only two classes. Oh, there's only two stratas. God, no, there's multiple. This isn't to say that gay cis men are not oppressed. They absolutely are. But they are less oppressed than bisexuals, transgender folk, etc. A lot of Marxists and people who are I think Marx even noted, but a lot of Marxists, especially influenced by his work, like Howard Zinn, who wasn't explicitly a Marxist but pretty left, noted that they were middling classes, and there have been these throughout American history, and cis gay men seem to be going down the route of a middling group. These sort of quash revolution and help to keep class consciousness down, which is one of the main reasons why socialism never took root in the United States. Really, after Debs, it kind of petered out. So historical middling classes, there were mechanics and traders and sailors during the Revolutionary War. Well, not sailors, mechanics, traders. They were definitely very supportive of the bourgeois revolution from the top. Black yuppies, so after the whole slavery and segregation debacle, a lot of black folk were, some black folk were brought into the middle class. What this did is it sort of kept a divided black community. If you give some of them something so it doesn't suck as much for them, they're going to be opposed to more militant action from the bottom that the top will say, oh, it'll hurt you too. Better keep that black militancy down. No, no, no. No demanding rights. Any more rights? You're fine. What prison system? Then we have women CEOs. Liberal feminism is a hell of a drug, by the way. This is most notably exemplified by Hillary Clinton. Because it's very feminist to bomb women in the Middle East, obviously, or anyone really. No, and the women CEOs, this whole craze of liberal feminism, like, we need to have more women CEOs. No, we need to have less women CEOs, less men CEOs, and if there are any non-binary CEOs, I don't think there are, but no, let's have no CEOs. It's a better step, just guillotine them all, right? And no, but gay cis men seem to be going down that path. At Obama's whole Love Wins speech or whatever, there was this transgender woman who was expressing, I believe she was of Hispanic origin, please correct me if I'm wrong, but she was expressing complaints, and some gay cis men, white men, pushed her away and said, this isn't your fight, or something along those lines, and, kicked her out. And that's one of the issues, that there are always going to be middling classes, like gay cis men might be promoted to that status, and, they will still, their oppression is still real. Black middle-class folks still face real oppression. Women still face real oppression, the middle class especially. All these middling groups face oppression, but it's to a lesser degree that, the bourgeois can usually trick them into being scared of what's coming from the bottom instead of what's coming from the top. And that's what I'm really getting at here, is that we need to understand that it's not just two strata, it's more complex than that, and the capitalists, especially in the United States, do that for a reason. This has been Left Communism Rules. I will see you all with another video in like a week maybe. I'll try and get a consistent upload schedule. Peace.